Hello, subscribers and viewers. Welcome back to AVG News Channel updates. Today, we are updating on the threats of attacks against foreigners that escalated yesterday, especially by members of the so called Operation Dudula. Most of you who watched this channel yesterday or have seen some of our videos will remember that yesterday we came live here to give a worrying update on the continuing threats or an escalation thereof against members of the migrant community in areas like Alexandra, areas like Soweto, and some areas in the West Rand around Rodport. So now we've been in touch with people who are in those areas, and they are telling us that the threats are continuing in other areas. There's been no change in Alexandra, where members of the migrant community who are operating as informal traders have been stopped from doing their normal business, including those who sell on the streets and those who operate saloons, hair saloons. But we are told that the members of the migrant community have come together and they've paid for legal assistance so that they can win the case and go back and begin to operate, because this is how they make their living from working their socks off. So we hope that whatever legal assistance they are seeking, they will get it, and that police will be able to enforce whatever the courts would have ruled, provided it rules in their favor as we expect it. Then the threats against migrant spaza shop owners, your tax shop owners in Soweto are continuing. The latest is that they've been given a week to pack up and leave that area in which they are operating. So no change has come forth. The threats are continuing. We've seen some letters that have been distributed there and continue to be distributed by members of Operation Dudula. In Alex, let me rush to tell you that it's members of the Dudula movement. So it's the Dudula movement in Alex and Operation Dudula in Soweto. And then in the West Rand, as we reported yesterday, people were given up to today to pack up and leave. And the latest that we're getting from witnesses there is that the threats are still continuing, but there has been now a face-off between local communities, with landlords and landladies saying they survive on these people that have been told to pack up and leave. And if these people are forced to leave, it means that the landlords and landladies' sources of income will be affected, and they have vowed that they are going to stand with the migrants and make sure that the migrants continue to be there. So this is a positive on the side of the migrants, but also is worrying because whenever there is a face-off, resultantly, there may be some fights, and we don't want, even if it's South Africans fighting South Africans or South Africans and migrants fighting, it is something that we don't want to see happening, because whenever these things happen, there is a loss of life that is likely to happen. People are going to get injured, property is going to get destroyed, and South Africa as a country will get a bad image, especially with the outside community, the international community. Investors will take flight. So this is not what we wish for, because South Africa is part of Africa, and we wish for nothing but the best for this country. So our prayer and wish is that these people get to sit down, address whatever issues they may be having, and come to an understanding on how they can move forward living together. We don't want to encourage people to be in a country illegally. It is something that we've always spoken about. But we have to accept that whether somebody is illegal or not in a country, they are still human and they deserve to be treated as human beings. They have their human rights that should be safeguarded. But where people are undocumented, we plead with government to make sure that they are documented. We plead with the migrants themselves to make sure that they follow procedures to get themselves documented. And where there have been criminal activities happening, be they by locals or by migrants, we always discourage that. And our encouragement is for the community to come together with migrants and locals included to make sure that they deal with criminal activities regardless of whoever is committing them, because it is our view that, and it is the legal view as well as the truthful view, that crime has got no nationality. Anybody who has got a disposition to crime will always commit crime, regardless of where they are, where they come from, or who the victims are at the end of the day. So it is our prayer that whatever difficulties people are facing, they face them together and meet and try to resolve them together. We are also happy that the Democratic Alliance, which is the party presiding over the area in West Rand near Roadport, where these threats are happening, where we are told the councillor was accompanying these xenophobes, has distanced itself, and it says it did not sanction any such nonsense like this, and they have come on heavily and they are demanding answers. It is something that is encouraging, because we do not want to see a situation whereby these threats end up escalating into attacks which result in possible loss of life, in the possible maiming of people, in the possible destruction of property. So if you are in an area where these threats are happening, or where some of these threats have been reported, please feel free to send us information via the comments box. You can even inbox us via our email, which is underneath, and let us know what is happening there. Should there be a need for us to come there and cover this, we will definitely come and cover. Should you be in a position to send us more information, or to send us contacts of people that will be ready to talk, feel free again to send us that, because it is our duty to make sure that the people are informed. But for those that have been facing these threats, our advice to you is stay calm, report these issues to the police. Do not try and take the law into your hands. Do not try and be aggressive back, but make sure that at the end of the day, a peaceful resolution to these threats, to these challenges is found. So please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share it. Thank you very much.